Now we come to what we call the dedolight Lightstream Flag System. Another unique addition to the world of reflected light. When we light a reflector with a beam light or with anything else, there's a good chance that there will be some light passing by the reflector, over the top, underneath, left and right. Now if we use only one reflector and we're shooting in a studio with black walls, that may get by unnoticed. But in our system we use many reflectors, and there's a great chance, a great possibility that we create unwanted parasitic light that was meant to hit a reflector, but unfortunately it went by the reflector, left, right, up, down, and now we have to call an army of people. For each reflector we need 4 extra people to run in with C-stands and flags to eliminate the parasitic light on top, on bottom, on left and on right. And all of a sudden the one stand which holds the reflector turns into 5 stands. And if we use 10, 15, 20 reflectors, we create an entire forest of lighting stands. And some people may not like that. So here we found a way to put everything on the very same single stand. The reflector and the flag system. Now we have 2 kinds. We have square flags that allow us, when we want to use a group of reflectors, like 4 reflectors or even 5 with one in the center, smaller one. And still, again, on a single stand, we can put the 4 flags and the 4 reflectors, and each reflector can be addressed any which way we want, because they're all mounted on flexible arms to reach out to other reflectors over there, to light the entire scene effectively. Now, when we guide the light from this first group of reflectors, for example, onto further reflectors, they could be single reflectors, usually are. So here we eliminate the parasitic light again with a round flag that again is attached to the reflector, and the reflector still can be angled any which way you want, or even slid up, down, not centric, any which way you want or need. And then comes another miracle. When you light a portrait of a person with reflectors, you may want hard effects, but sometimes you want the light to be gentle, flowing. And then your reflectors will wind up being very close to that person. Could look beautiful. But you go then to the medium shot or to the long shot, and everything in the whole picture is full of reflectors. So you would need to move the reflectors further away from your talent, but that turns the soft light into hard light. And that may not be exactly what you want to achieve. So in order to bridge this inherent difficulty, especially when you work with more cameras simultaneously and you want to create a setup that can be used for close-up, medium and wide shot at the same time, now you can cover the round flag, the big black flag around the reflector, with some kind of dressing. So with the zipper, you put on a surface that with one device could be white or silver or gold or soft gold. So all of a sudden you create a much larger reflector, and you also create something else. This reminds me that many years ago, when people looked at my Pan-Aura soft lights, they were lovely, they were nice, but some photographers came with the idea and said, can't you put in the center of the soft light a focusing light? And I had no idea how to do that. Now today, this is exactly what we do. In the middle of this large reflector that we just created, we have the original reflector, and that can be used and set with 5 different surfaces. So, in a way, we have the focusing light in the center and the soft light around it. We can't focus continuously, but in 4 or 5 steps. And that offers new creative choices and miracles. And now, we can also do something else. If, for example, the light source that we use is a daylight, LED, HMI, whatever, then we can cover the flag around the reflector with a gold or soft gold surface and thus warm up the color temperature. Because this is another special aspect. When in the same image you use different color temperatures. Now our eyes can adjust to any color temperature, so can all the modern cameras. But when we use different color temperatures in the same image, we can influence the appearance and the expression and the emotions of the character. It's an interesting experiment that for some of us are worthwhile to play with. So, we've shown such effects with the Pan-Aura soft lights, and there we seem to defeat the square law, because in close proximity between the soft light and the talent, we seem to defeat the square law to some extent. But once the distance between the talent and the soft light is bigger than 2 times the diameter of the soft light, the square law will bite you again. In other words, any soft light at a huge distance turns into a very hard light. The obvious example is the sun, huge, 140,000 kilometers diameter, but when there is no cloud, nobody would call this a soft light, because now you get razor-sharp shadows. So now, what we're trying to do is to define the bridges between hard light and soft light and the creative advantages that we can find with this strange mixture of systems.